So it's wine time on the patio again, and today I'm going to try something really unusual. A couple weeks ago, on June 13th, we went to some different wineries in Illinois to celebrate National Rosé Day and did a lot of rosé wines and shared those with you. But on that same day, we also visited a winery that I haven't talked about yet, and that was Hogg Hollow Winery in Golconda, Illinois. We've been there before, of course, they're one of our winery partners for tours and such, but it had been a while. And they have a beautiful farm winery. They grow all different kinds of vegetables and fruits, and of course their grapes for their wine. But they also do some specialty wines, and this is one of those. This is, now I mispronounced it when I said it. I thought it was Haute Hog, but they corrected me. This is pronounced Haute Hog. I don't know if you can see the label. So it's got like a sort of a sexy female pig on there. Haute Hog, though, is a wine made from corn. Actually, it's sweet corn cobs, and what's left from that. And so, you know, I've mentioned about fruit wines and that you can make wine from anything that you can ferment. So I've had wine made from dandelions and honeysuckle and walnuts and different things like that. This was my first experience with corn, sweet corn wine. And of course, being here we live in Indiana, so we're right very close down here in the south to Kentucky and the bourbon country. I always associate corn with moonshine and of course with bourbon, which is 51% corn. And I hadn't really thought a lot about corn wine. But again, if you can ferment it, you can turn it into wine. And so in the effort of not letting anything go to waste, they decided to give this a try at Hogg Hollow Winery, and we found that it was really interesting. So you can see it's sort of a light colored wine. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Now I did chill this because usually any kind of fruit, in this case vegetable, wine, I do like to serve chilled. So I don't think there's a proper wine glass for corn wine. I joke about, you know, the wine glasses and what's special for each one. In this case, I don't know. I thought maybe red Solo cup, but because what's more Hoosier, you know, Midwest than corn wine? But I decided to go with a white wine glass. That's what I usually, if I don't know for sure, that's my go-to. So I'm going to pour a little bit of this. So this is going to be a lot different than any of your other wines. It almost has the appearance of a light rosé. It's kind of somewhere between a pink and a white wine. So let me give it the nose on this. And it's really unusual. It's even hard to describe because it, of course, doesn't smell really fruity, but it has a nice aroma. So I'm going to give this a taste because I did taste it at the winery the other day, but just to recall, I'm going to give it another taste. It's really, really nice. It's hard to, I'm trying to think of words to describe it, and I don't really have one. It's definitely got, you do get the corn, you pick up some of the corn, you get sort of a little bit more of a, what do I say, moonshine taste than a wine taste. It's got a little bit of a stronger taste, I would say, but still, it's definitely still wine, but it's just got a little bit of a finish that's a little sharper than a lot of wines. But it really, really is an interesting wine. Let me do another sip because I'm going to try to think if I can come up with any other words to explain what this is like. No, it's fruity, but it's not fruity. I don't even know the right description, but it is a really interesting wine, and it's a nice, definitely a porch wine. It's toward the sweet. It's not a dry wine. It's definitely towards sweet with just like a little tang at the finish. But you can pick up, I don't know if blindfolded if you would definitely know it was corn. Of course, that wouldn't be the first thing that came to your mind when somebody said, taste this wine, what is it? But knowing that it is, I can certainly pick up a little bit on that. So I'm going to be enjoying a really unusual, interesting wine today. This is Haute Hog, which is sweet corn cob wine from Hogg Hollow Winery in Golconda, Illinois. So it's wine time on the patio. Cheers.